Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kim. If you are brand new to my channel, thank you so much for taking the time to drop by my channel, and I hope you enjoy today's video. If you do, please give me a thumbs up and consider subscribing if you do enjoy my content. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for supporting my channel. It means the world to me that you guys come here week after week to see the things that I have to say about the books that I'm reading. Alright, so let's get into today's video. We are talking about Mind to Possess by Nalini Singh. I'm going to set this right down over here. So again, Nalini Singh, Mind to Possess. This is a paranormal romance, so if you are into that genre, this book definitely may be for you, as well as this author. And its copyright date is back in 2008. I talked about in one of my past review videos why I do more primarily backlisted books. I don't tend to purchase new books that are just released because A, they're very expensive, and most of the time they come out in hardback book, and most of, probably 99%, between 90 and 99% of my books are softbound. And if they're in the same series, I want them all to be kind of uniform. That's just an aesthetic thing for me, as well as the paperbacks tend to be not quite as expensive. Alright, so enough of that jibber jabber. So what is this book about? This is the Side Changeling series, and this is the fourth book that I have read, and it's the fourth book in the series. For me, if you are going into this series, I would read them in order, simply because so much is kind of interwoven within everything. I think once you have read the entire series, you probably wouldn't have to go back and read it in order. You can kind of pick and choose, but I think that's probably true about just about any series that you read. So definitely, if you're looking for a challenging vocabulary author, this Side Changeling series definitely has that. When I get maybe a little bit bored with what I'm reading, if I'm just reading maybe a historical romance or contemporary romance, and you know the kind of the formula that they use with them is usually not as challenging, I'll pick up this series because I know it's going to challenge me vocabulary wise, where I have to go and look things up to kind of, oh, that's what it is, if I can't figure it out with how it's used within the sentence structure. But overall, it's still an easy read, but it does offer my mind a little bit more of a challenge to understand this very unique world that she's created. So with this particular story, you are following Talon McCain and Clay Bennett. Clay Bennett, he is a, a leopard shifter, and Talon McCain is human, and she is trying to save these street kids that she is in charge of, and they are disappearing off the streets. So she's come to Clay, who she's known from her childhood, and asking him for his help. There are a lot of past experiences that they have to work through to get to possibly work together and save these children and figure out who is taking these at-risk children off the streets. So that's kind of the overall synopsis about this book. What the challenges are, what are they having to face, and can they overcome, and all of those things. Overcome the challenges. Alright, again, my thoughts on this book. I love this author. Again, if you've been on my channel for any length of time, you know I love this author. I love her Guild Hunter series so much. I think this comes in second place. I think the Guild Hunter with Raphael and Elena, that is my top series from her, but the Side Changeling I think is a close second. This author, she does a fantastic job of creating this world. She does a lot of world building that draws you into it, into the drama and the tension between the three races, the humans, the Psi, and the changelings, and their different types of changeling predators out there. They're also, the prey animals are also changeling as well, which is a kind of unique spin on that idea. She takes you through so many different emotions that it's like the whole gamut. You are excited, you are hopeful, you are angry, you get frustrated with these characters, and you don't want to put the book down because you were so invested in them. Can Talon overcome the abuse she went through as a child? Can Clay forgive her for the things that she did against him, and the things that she did to make him change his thoughts about her? All of these things, can they overcome that? And you are rooting for them. You get mad at her for what she did. You get upset with him for being mad at her, because when you find out the reasons why, you feel for her so much as well. So it's constantly shifting your emotional, you're on this emotional roller coaster. You don't know where it's going to take you. And then you throw in with all of this, past emotional drama going on. You got an illness taking place with these characters, and then you got this outside source that is preying on these innocent children. So yes, you are constantly being battered this way and that way, and ups and your downs and all of that. Yeah, it was so masterfully done. I can't recommend this author enough. Again, there may be trigger warnings for you guys. I'm not here to tell you what you should and shouldn't read, but if child abuse is one of your triggers, might not be for you. It doesn't, I will say, she doesn't go in explicit details, but it is mentioned and it is kind of talked about, but there are not graphic details given, because it's just one element that has a huge impact on how this character developed, but it's not gone into a great depth. So I don't feel uncomfortable recommending it, but there is a little bit of that in there, and especially as someone is preying on these street children. Again, that might be a problem for some people, it may not be, but she does it in a very tasteful manner, whereas it's not gory and grungy and very gritty details given. Okay, so yes, I gave it, if you haven't figured it out, I've given it a 5-star rating on Goodreads. I'd highly recommend this author. She's a great author. She goes into great world building. She does great with drawing you into the story where you don't want to put things down. Yes, I would recommend her. Again, especially if you're into the paranormal genre, romance genre, I would highly recommend her. This series, as well as the Guild Hunter series of hers, and especially if you find yourself getting into a rut and it's almost feeling like a formula of a writer you've gotten kind of bored with, then again, pick up something like her Side Changeling series to help break you out of that, because she can challenge you vocabulary wise. But anyways, I hope you have enjoyed today's review of Mind to Possess. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe if you haven't already and you enjoyed my content and my little spasticness that I have going on. And until my next video, I hope you have a fantastic one and a great one, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!